Fights on the Deuce has been presented by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, the undisputed, undefeated king of beers. This Bud's for you. And in part by Finish Line. You've got your shoes. Well, Teddy, so far, Paul Spadafora has just beaten Pito Cardona to the punch time and time again. In the last round, Spadafora threw 44 more punches, and he landed 20 more, 32-12.
The rest of this fight, I believe anyway, in Cardona's mind, he's just obviously looking for a knockout now. He's way behind. He's in the other guy's hometown. He's legitimately behind. I think he's going to look to nail Spadafora. Spadafora steps out.
Punch numbers through 10 rounds. And you see that Cardona hasn't even landed 100 punches through 10 rounds.
Cardona tried to time a left hook there. He's hoping that Spadafora will stay there a little too long where he can punch with him. Or catch him on the way out. Now it's almost too late to even go to the body. Now he can go to the body to set up a headshot, but as far as for any long-term stuff, he needs to land a big punch to the head.
Spadafora has been past 10 rounds once, Cardona twice. Spadafora had a 12-round decision win against Jose Aponte in June of last year. Cardona had that split decision win against Golden Johnson here on the Deuce in October in Miami.
Watch when Cardona gets inside. Watch his feet. First of all, he's walking straight in, no jab. Right now his feet are okay. He's in a stance. When he gets inside, he gets square. Gives too much surface. He looks confused. I give all the credit in the world to Spadafora, but you know the funny thing, he hasn't been tested tonight. We still don't know whether or not he has the chin to deal with this level. And I guess, like the old timers would say, that's fine if we never find out.
Sure.
But we don't know. To his credit, he didn't give the guy a chance to find out.
Come on, watch that shoulder. Come on, guys, let's keep it
The funny thing is, Teddy, he almost did give us a chance to find out because he stayed in front of Cardona. It's not like this guy ran. Cardona couldn't hit him. He slid his head around and made himself hard to hit.
Yeah, early on he stayed in front of the guy. Moved his head but stayed in front a little bit inside. But he got away with it. And it's almost like he set a tone. Like, I'm not afraid of you, I'll fight you. And then he went back to the outside, which he wanted to do all along. That's pretty smart. It's like early on he just wanted to show the guy, you're not going to walk through me. And then he went back to boxing like this. Kind of like Ali when he fought Foreman. Ali, when he fought Foreman, went right across the ring and did what Foreman did not expect him to do. Landed a right hand. Went right after him. Then he went to the other stuff. He wanted to psychologically send the message. Even if he wasn't going to fight that way the rest of the night.
Spadafora is sending a message with his jabs and his combinations. Cardona's saying, yeah, I could take it. But Cardona's getting shut out. All Paul Spadafora. The new Pittsburgh kid might be 3 minutes away. Here's Andre and Max.
All right, thanks, guys. Dominating performance so far. The fight is at a raceway. The Spadafora camp got the bigger ring they wanted. Max, should he run in the final round?
No, he shouldn't run. He should box very carefully, though. Look, commentators on television and boxing, they go by what they see. You give second-rate performances, we're going to rate you second-rate fighter. This is a first-rate performance by Paul Spadafora, who, if he wins this fight, is a first-rate fighter. I underestimated him, and I was wrong. By the way, attention, fight managers. You got a guy you want to improve? Call up Jesse Reed and beg him to train your guy. That's the trainer of the year right now if this fight keeps going the way it is.
All right, 45 minutes outside of Pittsburgh, and it's going great for the Pittsburgh kid. We want to head back to Chester, West Virginia, to our man Bob Papa and Teddy Atlas. Gentlemen.
Well, so much was made about the gloves and the ring size, and it hasn't mattered to Paul Spadafora. It wound up being 8-ounce gloves, and it's only 19.5 feet inside the ropes. But it doesn't matter because Spadafora is dominating.
And the ring size, as you said, didn't come into play here because Spadafora didn't use the whole ring. He just walked around the guy. He didn't do an alley.
How about this, Teddy? Spadafora has thrown 501 jabs through 11 rounds. You'd expect that. He's a guy that jabs. Cardona's only thrown 138. And whether you're a power guy or not, you got to have some jabs.
Yes, you do. Especially when you're fighting this style of a guy. If you're not fighting this style of guy, maybe not using jab don't matter. But when you're fighting a guy like Spadafora, the snipers are coming in, hot shots are coming in. You must take that away from him with the jab. Because of the style, the jab is important tonight for Cardona.
Paul Spadafora learned how to box from his brother Harry, who taught him how to box left-handed, even though Paul's a natural righty. His grandfather, Eugene Polacritti, kicked the Greyhound bus all the way from Spokane, Washington. He worked with Paul as a kid, Al McCauley, and now Jesse Reed. And they might be a minute 55 away from their IBF lightweight championship.
And if that's not enough bloodlines, Spadafora's mother is supposed to be a distant cousin of Joey Maxim, the former light heavyweight champ, who beat Sugar Ray Robinson in that famous heat exhaustion fight, when Sugar Ray Robinson couldn't go on because of heat exhaustion.
Teddy, we talked with Paul last October when we had him here at West Virginia, and he said, I spend 10 hours a day in the gym. I just dream about this. This consumes my whole life. And he's a minute 20 away from achieving that goal.
He sure is. Just has to make sure he doesn't make a mistake here. And he hasn't done it all night. I'd like to use this moment. I know that our studio did this already, but I'd like to, for the two of us and for all of us, to pass on our condolences to Eva Shane's family. Terrific fight judge from New York, who was an elegant woman, good fight judge for many years. We pass our condolences on to her husband, Frank Shane, and her family.
Yes. I echo those sentiments. Paul Spadafora now soaking in the moment and taunting Pito Cardona. Spadafora said some things in the paper that he would handle Cardona. He would not have to run. He'd stand in front of him and just beat him, and he's doing it.
He's doing it for Nell Whitaker right now.
Spadafora has fought the perfect fight for his standards. And Cardona is going to let a golden opportunity drip away in West Virginia.
No jabs, no landing. That's been the story all night.
Paul Spadafora into the arms of one of his brothers. The Pittsburgh fans feel they have a new world champion. The new PK Kid with an impressive 12 rounds against Pito Cardona. We will get the judges' scorecards and crown a new champion after this timeout on the Deuce. Welcome back to Chester, West Virginia. Crowd waiting to erupt with the judges' decision. Let's take a look at final punch numbers. Pito Cardona and Paul Spadafora. And look at that. Spadafora threw 1,052 punches. He landed 111 more. Teddy's scorecard, and Teddy, I agree. And it's not often you do this in a championship fight. A shutout.
Sandy Koufax pitching.
Here's Mark Biro.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judge Joey Dwyer scores it 119-109. Judge Gary Wolf scores it 119-108. And Judge Dave Haas scores it 120-108 to the winner and new IBF lightweight champion of the world, Paul Spadafora.
Paul Spadafora is the new IBF lightweight champion, and he made a statement. He pitched a virtual shutout against Pito Cardona. There is grandfather Eugene Polacritti, who made the trip from Washington on the bus. He taught Paul how to fight, and Paul Spadafora is the new champion, and boy, did he earn it. We will talk with the new IBF lightweight champion of the world, but first, Andre and Max.
All right, thanks a lot, Bob. Wow, we talked about Stevie Johnston a little earlier. Folks, we now have two highly skilled southpaw champions in the lightweight division. Talk about Pernell Whitaker. Thought I was watching him tonight.
Yeah, not quite the talent of Whitaker, but skills-wise, oh, just a fine display. I just want to say I got a lot of nasty email from Pittsburgh after I dismissed Spadafora. He didn't have such a great showing. I hope you guys can forgive me. I know what kind of a fight town Pittsburgh is historically, second only to New York. And Paul Spadafora, my hat's off to you. Angel Manfredi, you got a real guy. They're talking about Manfredi for the winner of this fight. I'm not sure Manfredi beats Spadafora. I think that's a tremendous matchup, as is Johnston and Spadafora. My hat's off to him. I got nothing else to say. Incredible performance.
Okay, what about Pito Cardona, though, who a lot of people thought would just have a walkover in this?
Well, you know, that's a good point, because Cardona's beaten Ivan Robinson and Golden Johnson. And that's why, getting back to Spadafora for a second, it's so impressive. Robinson and Johnson, they're fighting on our rear on September 3rd in a terrific matchup. They're both title contenders. They both fought for the title. And Cardona beat both. He beat Robinson easily, and I thought he beat Johnston relatively easily, too. But Spadafora just wiped Cardona out.
All right, let's head back to Chester, West Virginia for the IBF lightweight champion who was with our men ringside.
All right, thank you, Andre. The new IBF lightweight champion of the world, Paul Spadafora, pitches a shutout. Paul, we talked to you last October. You told us how you dreamed about being a champion. How does it feel to do it in such convincing fashion?
I just want to thank God, my mom, my little brother Charlie, Harry, and my grandfather. I worked real hard for this. I knew I could box these kids' ears off. I knew I could. I was in too much shape. I trained all my life for this. It ain't like I took 6 weeks. I trained all my life for this. Every time I was on here, I was dehydrated, couldn't make weight. I got my man Jesse Reed, Tommy Yankello, Al McCauley in here to make me make weight right. I don't think there ain't too many lightweights in the world that can beat me right now. Believe what I tell you.
You surprised how easy it was?
I knew it was going to be easy, but the only thing is you was right. He can punch. He can punch.
Well, you never gave him a chance to hit anything, though.
You're right about that. I worked hard turning the angles with my shoulder on the inside to make him hard to load up with that left hook. Because I was listening to you told me throw a left hook, left uppercut, and you're right about that. He called me to the body a couple times. But believe me, I can take a punch.
Can you get Stevie Johnston next, you think?
That's right.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
It's your time, baby.
But I think I get a couple more fights, maybe get up on Manfredi. But no matter, whatever my promoter puts in front of me, I'll fight. Anybody in the world. Stevie Johnston is a great lightweight, one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world right now.
Congratulations. We know how hard you worked for this. You earned it. Great performance tonight. Unanimous decision.
Thanks for having me on TV. My brother, hey, Jordan, Jamie.
Okay.
I love you, baby. I love all you.
As Max said, Jesse Reed on his way to maybe Trainer of the Year. Andre and Max, back to you.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Congratulations once again to the new IBF lightweight champion of the world, Max, Paul Spadafora. All right, folks, a programming note to pass along to you. And we want to tell you that we've got Vernon Forrest next week, the most avoided welterweight in the world.
Most avoided fighter in boxing.
All right, we need to go away. We'll see you next week. But now another moment from ESPN's first 20 years. We'll see you.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, proud to be celebrating our 20th anniversary. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network. Go.com. ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.